Tenants with children. From now on, it's going to be really difficult to reject tenants' applications for your properties because they've got children. It's also going to be really difficult to say that you don't accept tenants with children. The reason for that is because there's recently been a court case where a tenant has been trying to get a property and, in her words, has been discriminated against because she's got 4 children. Now, the key word there is discrimination. It means that there were letting agents and landlords that were rejecting her tenancy because she had children and were saying that they don't accept children. Of course, there is a different side to this. There's always another side to it, because there are always going to be properties that are unsuitable for children. And so in those cases, if you've got a property which is unsuitable for children, then of course you can use that as the reason why you don't accept tenants with children. But overall, it's going to start becoming more and more difficult to reject tenants because of children and to say that you don't accept tenants with children. And this goes a little bit further into the whole discrimination side of being a landlord, advertising your property for let, being a letting agent as well. Because discrimination is a big thing. I get it, I understand it. Effectively, what's happening is we're trying to get it to a stage where all tenants have a fair opportunity to apply for a tenancy. And I agree with that. I think that is a good thing. However, there are always going to be instances where discrimination actually isn't a negative thing. I'm going to probably get battered for saying that. But in some cases, discrimination isn't a negative word. For an example, as I've said, if you discriminate against a tenant with children because the property is unsuitable for a child, absolutely, you've got to reject that tenancy application. But similarly, if you've got a property where the rent, it does not suit somebody on certain types of income, then you have to discriminate against that. There can't be any other way. If you've got a tenant with pets and the property again is unsuitable for pets, then you've got to discriminate against that because it's unsafe. Certain types of tenants, elderly tenants, disabled tenants. If your property's not suitable for a type of tenant, then absolutely you've got to discriminate against that. But the problem is that discrimination in today's world is seen as a very negative thing. So perhaps they should replace the word discrimination in the positive sense and call it calculating, something like that. Anyway, look, just to recap, it's going to be very difficult to discriminate against tenants with children. It's also going to become very difficult to discriminate against tenants with pets. It's probably going to become difficult to discriminate against tenants that smoke. And I think as landlords, we should start making those adjustments now. Now look, there's nothing to say that you can't advertise your property to let for everyone and then assess the applications that you get for a tenancy. There's also nothing to say that you have to accept a tenancy. It's your property, it's up to you, but don't use reasons that could be seen as discrimination. Make it logical, make it a logical decision based on the tenant's entire application for your property. So if you've got a property down on the south coast and you want it let, or you want it managed, or both, then please get in contact with my team. You can contact me direct. It's tom@soanegroup.co.uk. tom@soanegroup.co.uk, or you can message me through my Facebook page. That comes directly through to my phone. Or you can comment on this. You can send me a message through LinkedIn, through anywhere. But get in contact and we'll talk about letting your property and managing your property. And I hope to speak to you all soon.